Hi my dear students, welcome to English class. Dear students, in today's video we are going to discuss the last part of the lesson. Every success story is also a story of great failures. Dear students, I hope whatever we have discussed until now, you have watched the videos and you have read the text also, and you got inspired by them, by the great inspiring icons whose lives have transformed themselves into a successful people in spite of facing many failures. Friends, this being the last episode of this lesson, I'd like to go for a brief recap of what we have discussed until now. The present lesson, Every Success Story is also a story of great failures, is taken from the book You Can Win, written by Shiv Khera. In Shiv Khera's book, You Can Win, chapter 2, Success Winning Strategies chapter. From that chapter, the present lesson has been extracted. It has been taken from. So, Shiv Khera is international motivational speaker, most successful international motivational speaker of the world, and he wrote many books. And his other books, some of his other books are You Can Achieve More. After You Can Win, he wrote You Can Achieve More, and then he went on to write Living with Honor, Freedom is Not Free, You Can Sell. These are some of his most popular international bestsellers, friends. And then, as part of the text, as part of our present lesson, we have discussed the success stories of Abraham Lincoln, Lee D. Forrest, Wright brothers, Colonel Sanders' success stories, Walt Disney, Thomas Alva Edison, Henry Ford. Now, friends, you all by this time you know that how they faced many failures in their lives, and in spite of them went on to achieve success. And in fact, instead of the failures, setbacks what they faced, instead of disappointing them, they have re-energized them, and they made them to charge towards their goals without losing their faith in themselves. And as part of today's lesson, we will be dealing with one story where Socrates, the great Greek philosopher, how he gives the message of secret of success, and then we will be dealing a poem too. Listen carefully, friends. Listen carefully to the text. I am reading out the text. The motivation to succeed comes from the burning desire to achieve a purpose. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." I repeat, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Napoleon Hill is one of the most popular motivational guru and speaker. Actually, personally, I believe that he is father of motivational speakers, motivational studies. He is the pioneer. I do consider, this is my personal opinion, he is a pioneer, and his book, Think and Grow Rich, has transformed millions of people's lives, friends. And by reading his book, Think and Grow Rich, many people want to transform themselves into motivational speakers too. And I do humbly request you, whenever it is possible, read the book Think and Grow Rich. I'm sure it's going to change your life. And what he says, what Napoleon Hill says, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. It is your mind perception, how mental perception is most important. Your mindset is most important. It is our mindset which makes us or marks us, or which is builds us or breaks us. Now, this will be, the meaning of this sentence will be explained in the last part of the poem, if you think. So, I'll finish the lesson, I'll finish the story and then go to the poem. Now, listen carefully to the story. A young man asked Socrates the secret to success. Socrates told the young man to meet him near the river the next morning. They met. Socrates asked the young man to walk with him towards the river. When the water got up to their neck, Socrates took the young man by surprise and ducked him into the water. The boy struggled to get out, but Socrates was strong and kept him there until the boy started turning blue. Socrates pulled his head out of the water, and the first thing the young man did was to gasp and take a deep breath of air. Socrates asked, "What did you want the most when you were there?" When you were there means when you are under water. When the young man was underwater, what is deeply even, what is his most important what you call wish? He want immediately release from water. He want to come out of water and have breathe. Because without breathe we can't live, right? That's the thing. Socrates asked, "What did you want the most when you were there?" The boy replied, "Air." Then Socrates said, "That is the secret to success. When you want success as badly as you wanted the air, then you will get it. There is no other secret." So how simply and how practically Socrates told the young man, give the message or give the secret of success. He ducked him into the water, and the young man couldn't, because when we are in water, underwater, it is difficult for us to breathe. So the young man struggled to come out, and that when he came out, when he pushed continuously until he was about to turn blue, and immediately the young man came out and began to breathe. And then Socrates asked, what you want strongly decide when you were in water, breathe. So how, in order to, without air, without oxygen, how we can't survive? So our goal should be like that. That much strongly you should desire to reach our goals. No other secret other than that. That is what Socrates says. Suppose many of you want to become want to score 10 on 10. But while chasing the dream of 10 on 10, many of you will face, sometimes the concepts will not, you will not be able to understand the concept, or though you understand the concept, some of you will waste time by watching videos or watching movies or by playing. So that there, because you are not strong enough to score 10 on 10. Let me enjoy now and then I'll study later on. That is wrong way of chasing our dreams, friends. So I already said that you need to have a clear plan to reach your goals, where you should have your health, you should have your peace of mind and execution of your plan. Then only we will reach our goal. So then finally we're going to read the last part of the lesson. A poem is there. Actually the title of this poem is Thinking, but we have If You Think. This poem was written by Walter D. Wintle. Walter D. Wintle wrote this poem. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost a cinch. You won't. It almost a cinch. You won't. A cinch here means sure. It's about to happen. It's very sure. It simply means certain. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think I am beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, you all want to win. Nobody want to lose. But if you think I can't win the match, I can't get first rank, so automatically you can't. That much easy, that much sure. It's almost a cinch. The other word we can use instead of cinch, certain. You won't. If you think you will lose, you are lost. If you think you will lose, you are lost. For out in the world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. See, remember. For out in the world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. All our success, all our failures will take its shape in our minds, friends. Remember, every success what you have achieved, every failure what you faced, took their first shape in your mind. So, your mind, your thoughts should be positive. Positive minds will look for opportunities in the face of setbacks and failures, and negative minds will look for excuses in the face of setbacks and failures. So, be positive, friends. If you think you are outclassed, you are. You got to think high to rise. You got to think high to raise. So your thinking process should be high. Your goal should be high. Because you are the best. So obviously the goal should be the best. Extraordinary goals you need to set up. You being an extraordinary student, you need to keep your goals extraordinary goals, not an ordinary goals, right? You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. You should see, yes, I'm sure I'm going to win. Challenges will come, but in spite of challenges, despite challenges I face, I'll overcome them confidently and I'll reach my goal. That should be the confidence mindset. Life's battles, very, very crucial message, friends. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger and faster man, but sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. If you think you can, you can. So that is what the message. Think you can and you will definitely, friends. And this is what the finally the poem means. It's very inspirational. Walter D. Wintle says that it all depends upon our mindset, how we think. So our thinking should be positive. Now, after the text lesson, we have the glossary. Important great personalities were mentioned here. Please go through them, friends. And then here, a comprehension. You need to answer the questions, and then I do suggest that write bio sketches of these great personalities: Abraham Lincoln, Wright brothers, Walt Disney, like that. So complete the table and do these exercises. And later, after completing explaining all the lessons, we will be discussing the grammar part 2. Friends, in the next video, we will be discussing the lesson, and our next lesson I will do it. Very inspirational one. And before concluding, I'd like to say Walt Disney's quote to you, because this is not only my favorite. Many of you were entertained by Mickey Mouse creator, Walt Disney's character Mickey Mouse, Aladdin, all the stories. So remember what Walt Disney says: all the adversity I have had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. Remember, friends, the obstacles, setbacks, troubles, in fact, strengthened Walt Disney. So never lose your heart when you face problems in your life. The problems are common to all. Every one of us will face problems, but you shouldn't give up on your goals. All the adversity I have had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens. So we will think that why we will not realize the obstacles when the obstacles we are facing, problems we are facing, we will not realize that because it takes away our brain. They captures our thinking. So it will be we'll be in a shock treatment kind of a mode that these problems came us to stifle us, to destroy us, demoralize us. Then we need to be calm, and then we need to focus on how to solve the problems. From where the energy comes, from where the ideas will come, from you only. Within you lies the answers. So if you think outside, if you look for outside support, you may get temporarily, but not compulsorily and permanently. If you look within, all the answers for your problems lies within you. Look within and grow out as a great successful person. Now what he says, you may not realize when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. So the problems, failures, setbacks are best thing what happens to us. And because these setbacks are the stepping stones for our future success. Please do, friends, read without wasting your valuable time, focus on your studies, and whatever extra knowledge you can gain that, and keep working on your dreams. Until I meet you next episode, this is Durga Ergunta signing off. Thank you.